What's going on, YouTube family? Ink Villain back with another fire one on the channel where we open up all cool things, TCG, new vintage, so on and so on. We got part 2. We're going to open up box number 2 of Dragon Ball Card Game Masters Fearsome Rivals. We opened up the first booster box on the last video. If you didn't get to check it out, definitely check it out. There was a lot of cool pulls. We got a surprise, not God Rare surprise, but something just as nice. Pulled, I believe, 9 SRs, SPR, and then hidden, something for you to check out the channel for. But it was a decent box. Checking out the prices, it did pretty much pay for itself at that point with that pull that we got. But we got 2 boxes. Of course, we got all the different rarities. We're always chasing the God Rares. A Secret Rare would be nice. Still chasing that Broly. Either in the Secret Rare or the God Rare would be nice. That reboot or reprint Vegito Power of Patera. There's still a lot of cool different valued cards in this set. So that's what we're hunting for. Hopefully we can get a solid box top per token card as well. The last one, the first box was pretty dope. But I personally would want the Vermilion Bloodline cover token card. That was a very cool set, and I really enjoyed opening that. So, without further ado, it's the Ink Villain. Welcome you to my channel, where we kick back, relax, and listen to me ramble on about Bandai, cardboard, and what's new in the Dragon Ball universe. There's still a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. And as always, want to tell all my Patreons, new and old, thank you all for supporting the channel and the shorts. Keep bumping them up. It does the channel a lot, and it means a lot to me personally for me to be starting this channel not even 2 years in, and you guys are already pumping it up and showing me the love. Really appreciate that. Always gives me motivation to get up and make more of these bomb videos for you. But there we go. We'll kind of surprise ourselves. We won't look at what the token box topper will be, but in the process of doing that, I totally destroyed this setup, so forgive me, and we did get spoiled. With this box topper, we got the Supreme Rivalry Energy Marker. Pretty mid. Definitely was not one of my favorite sets opening. It was just, maybe I think I opened like 1 or 2 boxes, and I was just like, all right, I'm over this. So that's the energy marker we got. Let's keep it moving. Box number 2, Fearsome Rivals. Let's get it. We're not going to spend too much time on the artwork on these boxes since we are on the cards, I should say, since we did that last video. So we're going to jump straight into it. And as always, if you guys are enjoying the content that I'm giving to y'all, don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when all the new heat is dropping. And let's start it off. And we know with these new master sets, Bandai has been spoiling us with the foils. So we usually get 3 to 2 foils on the top, which is what we're seeing here. And then we go into our regular cards. And like I said, we're not going to spend too much time because a lot of these cards we did see already in the first box. So we're going to just breeze past these packs and see what we can get. Greeted with a first hit, our first SR. We did pull this one on the last video. Still a nice... I personally like the artwork on this SR. I really think it's cool with the light blue and the dark blue clashing together. So that is our first SR, 3-band Kamehameha. Very nice. Let's get it. Pack number 2. So like I was saying in the first video, rambling on, the state of Bandai is pretty much solid at this point. They have One Piece card game under their belt, solidly producing new sets. They're kicking off with Gundam, which seems to be doing very well. We got our first foil leader card. Sorry for the interruption. But yeah, it seems like Bandai really has a hold on the card market and what their audiences want and how to feed their audiences. So that's always a good thing to see. I'm definitely hoping to get at least within the year a non-canon set with Dragon Ball Heroes. I really would want them to do like a dedication or like a homage to the non-canon stuff and literally give us a complete set based around Dragon Ball Heroes with just maybe all different Saiyans from different timelines and different leader colors. Just have fun and kind of go crazy with it, in my opinion. All right, we are just running into these SRs. We got our second one already. We did not pull this one yet, so it's very cool to see. You got the pan support. Very nice with the mirror hollow / foiling. Already into our second SR. So, but let me know down in the comments, guys, the next coming up sets, if you had to choose what you would incorporate in the set or what you would make out of the new concept of what the next set could be, what would it be for you? Would it be Clash going back to like the OG, like the Dragon Ball, or would it be going into just Daima or clashing Diamond and Dragon Ball together? What would you put together as a perfect chase set in your opinion? Don't be afraid to let me know down in the comments, guys. That's what we're about. Sharing our opinions and our thoughts on this current state of the card game and the card game in general. What you like, what your dislikes are. We're all here to listen and try to pull heat, which we're not being successful of right now, but we're still pretty close in on our first hit. I feel it coming. I say maybe within the next 3 packs, we should get something big. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it sounds good, so let's manifest it. We got our next foil leader, the Goku Black. Pretty cool. Put him here. Our foil, another foil. We go into our regular cards. We got Sleeping Princess. Very nice. But we're on the search for something super spicy. Got my boy Broly, always looking menacing, and Goku Black. Anything behind him? Nope. And I know with speaking of the Gundam card game, they just released set 3, Steel Requiem, which surprisingly and to me, a lot of my local card stores didn't either get a lot of boxes or just skipped out on the set completely, which I kind of find that very bizarre with all the success that Gundam has had so far with just having only 2 sets and a couple of starter decks produced. So that was kind of weird for me, but I did find another card shop not too far from my area that did have a couple cases. So I do plan on shooting some content with opening up those boxes for you. And all right, we did get another SR. This will be SR number 3, and it is the Bio Broly. When they made this movie, to be honest, I just thought it was super random. It really, the first was iconic. The second one, all right, cool. He's frozen under the lake and he gets resurrected. That's cool. But this one, where he was rescued and put into some like bio chamber and his slime came over him, wasn't the best idea they could have done with Broly, but it definitely was different. And it definitely kind of showcased Trunks and Goten versus Goku. So that was a cool, refreshing change. But the movie overall just left me speechless. I was like, wow, who thought of doing this with Broly? Really? Really, really, really. We're still on the hunt. Oh, knocking over the camera. Sorry about that. We're still on the hunt for some of that spicy heat. Let's get our foils out the way. Clean up our cardboard mess real quick and get back to it. Another foil leader, the cooler. Cooler looking cooler as usual. We got the Son Goten. We're going straight for the spicy heat. We got the GT Vegeta, which a lot of people don't like for some reason. I mean, I guess they say it's the Gene Pants that throws it off, but who knows? And this is our 4th SR, and we did pull this on the last box. The menacing baby taking over Vegeta, or Trunks, with the red eyes. Pretty cool. I like the little hollowing orb in the coming out the hand. Pretty dope. You did see that already, but out of all the artworks, that was one of my favorite in the SRs, so I don't mind getting 2 copies of it now. But we're still on the hunt. Let's get it. Let's get it. I feel it. I feel the heat in this pack. While saying that, we run into Lucifer, another leader rare, a leader foil, I should say. Sorry. And let's get it. But the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball did kick off with a lot of announcements. We are getting DLC for Sparking Zero, which, like I said in the first video, never really did anything for me. But the 2 big kicks out of the announcements, of course, was the announcement of the Galactic Patrol arc, which we would get Moro and Granola from the manga. So that has definitely got me pumped. And then they did Dragon Ball Super Beerus, which I believe is just like a reboot of Super within itself, with just enhanced animation and maybe more extended scenes or a viewpoint more from Beerus is kind of what the overall impression it gave off. But definitely a lot of big things coming for Dragon Ball in this year. And even with local sales that I've noticed is you have a lot of people investing back into Dragon Ball. Like, especially Fusion World, a lot of those secret rares and alternate arts, they're already bought out at this point. So for some reason, that whole announcement thing with all the new stuff coming to Dragon Ball just kind of sparked a light switch in people's head. Like, wait, Dragon Ball still relevant? Cool, let me invest. Let me make sure I don't get the FOMO virus, you know? It's giving off that kind of vibe, which I never thought I would see, because I always knew Dragon Ball would be around for a while. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, and his art designs and his storytelling. I think with the right team and the right stuff in certain people's hands, that Dragon Ball will be around for a long, long time, and many, many stories to be told about it. So I think as far as that goes, we are in good hands. And while saying that, we got our 5th or 6th SR. We got Zarbon Battle with Vegeta. Not too crazy. We did pull this also in the last video. Won't spend too much time on it. Another clean card. Not one of my favorites, but clean card. Next pack. I feel it. I believe this should be the spicy one. Come on, guys. Channel your energy. We need that God rare or that secret rare. Preferably the Broly. Got a foil with our next leader foil. The Kaioken SSB Goku, Paragus, Pansy. We're looking for that super, super, super spice. And this is it. Nope, just some stowaways in the foil. But especially with my my graded Dragon Ball Super cards from the older Masters, as they would call it now, but back then when it was called Super, a lot of those secret rares I got them graded through PSA. Most of them came back in 10 condition, and they've pretty much been sitting in my store, and within the last maybe 2 weeks, I've sold almost 5 to 6 of them. One order just came in where one person literally bought 4 graded slabs, which is just very new to me and very weird to me, because you don't really find those buyers. And like I said, this stuff has been, these cards have been posted up on the website for, I would say, almost a year, going on a year and a half without, there's been likes and favorites here and there, but nobody's really had any interest in them. All right, very iconic scene. But just to see all of a sudden pretty much everything is being scalped and bought out that has to do with Dragon Ball is just so weird. Like, I hope this doesn't really get too much more hype than this, and it kind of settles down into a way where product is still available, nothing's getting overpriced or scalped, and people are still able to get their hands on these cards at a decent price. All I'm asking, please, no hype scalping. I already see that that's kind of what's going on in the state of One Piece, and I would hate that it would come into the game of Dragon Ball. I already see it's done it with Fusion World, but hopefully with Masters it stays tame and calm. And with saying that, all right, nice. We got a Bola, cute little devil. This is our SPR. It's a nice one to get. Bola's a cool character, and I do love the colors on this, so this is definitely an SPR that I wanted, so I'm happy I pulled it. Here we go. Bola, cute little devil in the SPR. And with these boxes, how their ratio is going, I believe you get 2 SPRs plus your SRs, or you can get a regular SPR or a select leader rare, secret rare, god rare. As long as you don't pull 2 SPRs, you should have 1 slot still open. So that still gives us hope of getting a god rare. Our chances are not taken with this. Very nice. We'll put that right there. Let's keep it moving. We're getting halfway through the box. We're seeing a lot of SRs, and we just came across an SPR, but it'd also be nice to pull one of the, I believe there's 6 types of concept rares. Those are pretty cool as well. I think the one that I would want would probably be the Goku and the Broly from the reboot movie that they did. All right. We are tearing through these packs. And another SR. Frieza, Formidable Power. We didn't pull this one in the last box. But overall, with saying that, I will say that it is a good time to be a Dragon Ball fan, because when we get news in the multitude, if that makes sense. We're getting 4 different announcements for games, content. So it seems like they're trying to cover all the sides and all the areas of entertainment, and how to reel new fans in and bring old fans that have kind of faded out of it. Because I knew a lot of people, especially with Daima, they were not into it, and they were just kind of questioning themselves, like, what are they doing over there in the studio with this rewritten story of Goku being a baby or a kid again, and yada yada yada. This is repetitive. We saw this in Dragon Ball, but I personally kind of had the same kind of thinking until I actually sat down and watched it and realized it does have elements of Dragon Ball in it, and certain things are kind of construed for a Dragon Ball kind of theme, but it definitely brings Z elements, GT elements, I would even say. So that was cool to see. But I knew, like I said, I knew a lot of people that just skipped out on Daima, and they were literally just sitting at home waiting for that Moro and that Granola arc. So there you go. Granted, we had to wait a little bit, but the team finally got it together, and we are getting it. We are finally getting those arcs. I think I'm more pumped on probably the Granola arc, because that arc was just pretty intense. And then I believe that was the arc that we got to see the new form of Vegeta, in a sense. The Moro one is pretty cool too, but I think I got more out of the Granola versus the Moro. With that, we got another SR with Lucifer. We've seen him already, nothing crazy. Let's keep it going. And just to add on what I said earlier about the spiking in prices with this right now, this box by itself has gone up substantially in value. I remember I got these boxes at $85 a piece. Within a week later of my box coming, checking back on the prices, these boxes shot up to $150. So the proof is in the pudding, if that makes sense. This game is definitely getting a revamped, and a lot of players, I don't know old or new, but they're definitely jumping in and trying to get their hands into it and their hands on these cards, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's always kind of cool to open up your different avenues of different card games, whether it be Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Digimon. I've always been like that, kind of in the sense of I can appreciate different card games while making different friends in different communities, and then linking them together to possibly help each other out long term, if that makes sense. And all right, another SR. Kind of getting a little worried now. We are seeing a lot of SRs and no crazy spicy bangers. Where are the spicy bangers? Another SR. I would love to get at least 2 more boxes of this set, just to kind of run the gamble 2 more times. But at $150, and God knows if it's gone up since, I don't think that might be possible. All right, we got another foil leader. Moving on, another foil, another foil. We're looking for the spicy heat. Is it in this pack? Tien, and just the Frieza. Let's get it. I would say we are down to our last 6 packs. We're still owed 1 more spicy banger. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hopefully it was worth waiting for. Let's find out. We got a foil. Foil. And I will say the quality of these cards look nice. The card stock on them looks nice. The colors are all vibrant. Not too vibrant, but they have a little pop to them, which is nice. And Just the rare. So I would say this is Bandai standard quality when it comes to Dragon Ball. I know within the last couple of sets, some of the ink prints people were saying were a little bit darker. Some of the cards looked faded when they got them. So glad Bandai switched it up and listened to the community and made sure they got back on point with their artwork and their card stock. Because that was always a good thing I can say about Dragon Ball when I always went to get them submitted. Majority of them did get 10s because they were perfect centering on the back, perfect coloring, no... Oh! And speak of the devil. That is crazy. We did get the concept rare that I actually wanted. That is insane. We will definitely take that. Speak it into existence. Damn it. That's pretty cool. There we have it. The concept rare SS Broly Banisher Fury from the movie. Very nice. Clean back. Love to see it. And there it is. A concept rare. And out of all the concept rares, this was the one I wanted the most. Very pleased and happy with that. So at this point, I mean, I don't think we're going to pull any other heat, but I'm definitely not complaining on what we got. And I definitely take this as a win. But let's go ahead. We have about 3 more packs to finish off. So let's see if there's any more last pack goodies in here for us. Starting off with our foil, another foil. That was so unexpected, and we literally spoke it into existence. Crazy how the universe works. And just the Broly. Did not expect that or plan that at all. Love it when a plan comes together, as they would say. Followed by our rare, another rare, foil leader rare. We're almost through this video, guys. If you guys have stayed with me this long, I appreciate you. Another SR. Appreciate you for hanging in there. And as always, working always behind the scenes to bring you new and cool content. All I ask is that you guys simply hit that like and subscribe and that notification bell so you know when all my new heat is dropping. Second to last pack. I think we might be able to pull one more banger out of these 2 last packs, but if we don't, it's all good. We definitely came up with this one. Cannot be too greedy when it comes to these kind of pulls, because from what I heard, these concept rares are not the easiest to pull. I believe it's like 1 in every 2 to 3 boxes you get them, so just the rare. And we're going to end off on this last pack right here. Rub it for some last pack magic. Fearsome Rivals, Ink Villain. As always, thank you for watching. Let's end with a banger. Banger pull, that is. Let's get it. We'll do the slow roll style. Our foil. Our leader foil. Regular. Anything spicy. Anything spicy. Anything. Nope. Key to a god. But we cannot complain. Let's go over the hits real quick. We did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 SRs. Our SPR. And the big showcase hit of the night. Our concept rare SS Broly Banisher Fury. Very cool. The gold foiling on this is just insane with the hollowing. Very happy to pull this. Definitely consider this one a success. Definitely plan on getting my hands on more boxes, but we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. This is the Ink Villain signing out. Thank y'all as always for watching and supporting the channel. More content on the way. Road to bigger and better things. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe. I'm out.